Hello. Hello. This is my latest order came in for red hats. Originally, see, this is my first order of red hats, but I guess you could call it blue hat. But this time, I went for the red board PCB, no cost. Before they used to charge extra money for different colors, but now it's the same price. So okay, I'll go for red. And so that's the bottom side of the board and the top side. So I started to put one of them together. So the changes I made, since Hans Tanner allows you to, he gives you the schematics and that. So with the software, I made a couple adjustments. One of them was, there was a crossover here that you had to do, which is over there. It might be hard to see, but I had to, cross the transmit receive. Whereas in this case, I modified the board, so I just have straight pins across. Then the other thing I did was I moved the IOTT stick back and a little bit to the side. So you can see here, however it's lined. And then this one, it's a little, I moved it back. And then, it's the underneath here, the connector. Yeah, that's under the board here. It's moved slightly over to one side. So it kind of lines up with this connector here. So because it wasn't sitting properly, like this one, see, this connector is a little bit off to the one side, off to the right. And when you put it on the CSB1, it would kind of knock into the connector that's there. See, there's one here and the second one there. So I just had to anyway, as I said, I lined it up so it's close to here. It still kind of touches that connector there, but I shaved a little bit the corner off the connector. So this pin fits in properly, but now it sits very flush. And instead of using the Arduino pins that have, the male, female, I just use these header pins. They're thicker, so I guess it makes a better contact. And so now it sits nice and flush. This board is more or less, that Grove port is aligned with that guy, I think. And the board is like, right to the edge there. Anyway, I moved everything back. In this case, to put it together, I have these RJ12 connectors, but they're on the fat side. See, there's no place to put that LED that usually goes in the center there, as opposed to this one. These are also RJ12s, but as you can see, there's a space here. See, the leg is to the outside of the case, whereas this one, the leg is like underneath. It's so as I said, these ones are wider, even though they're RJ12s. This one, so I'll order more of these for these other boards, so that I could put the LED in there. That was one consideration. Was maybe when I had them made, to just tell them, look, just put the LEDs on the bottom of the board somewhere, because since you're only fabricating like one side, it's like, well, where do you want to put the components, on the top or the bottom? Well, obviously there's a lot on the bottom, so it's like maybe put the LEDs there, and that's the end of it. I don't have to solder them on the top because they'll be under, but again, you don't see them. So anyway, maybe that's a future modification, but again, I got 5 now. I have my other ones, and now I have these ones, so I guess I'll stick with these ones. Anyway, it was like $65 to have the 5 boards done, so that's economical. As long as you don't make a mistake, you got your money's worth, I find. So the other thing is there's the RGB LED there. I was in a bit of a rush, but with hindsight, I think I should have put the LED first, solder that guy in, and then get the connectors. Because now if I try to solder it in, am I going to get the soldering iron in there? If I put the heat gun, is it going to melt these other components? So maybe when I build one of these, I'll put that RGB LED in there first. And so that's what it looks like. Fits nice. I'm happy with it. Tested it. I didn't make any mistakes because, as I said, I had to move everything back here so that it would be further back, and move a bit of components out of the way. Like I said, here, move this guy a little bit to the side. So, did I mess anything up with the crossover? You have to add the jumper here for the 3 volts, 3.3 volts. Anyway, in the first testing, everything looks good. And I just have to buy some more spare parts and finish it up. So that's an update on my Red Hat. Thanks for listening. Bye.